You know, have you ever been in one of those relationships that felt like an absolute fairy tale, but there was also this little teeny tiny feeling deep down that something was just off? It's a feeling so many of us have had, but we just can't quite find the words for it. Well, today, we're going to find those words together. It's that dizzying, can't eat, can't sleep, head over heels kind of romance. You feel like you've been swept off your feet, and it feels like fate. You think this is it. But right there, next to all that excitement, there's that quiet little voice in the back of your head that whispers, "Is this for real?" Okay, so let's dive right in with our very first hidden red flag. It's one of the most romantic tropes we see everywhere. You know, the whirlwind romance. It's in all the movies. But in real life, when things move at the speed of light, it's a really good idea to just gently press pause and take a closer look. Oh, this one. I have a feeling some of you are nodding your heads right now. Hearing something like this on, a second or third date, it can feel like the most amazing thing in the world. It's that feeling of, wow, they really see me. This is meant to be. It just hits that deep universal need we all have to feel chosen. But see, that feeling of being completely overwhelmed by it all, there's a name for that. It's called love bombing. And it's when that crazy intensity isn't just organic excitement, it's actually a way to create a really strong sense of dependency really fast. It works because it makes us feel so incredibly special that we kind of forget to notice that, this person doesn't actually know us. And this is the part that is so painful and confusing. It starts with this idealization phase, right? You're literally the most perfect human being on the planet. But then, as soon as you're in, the devaluation starts. The praise turns to criticism, and you're left just scrambling, wondering, what did I do wrong? And then, if you try to set a simple boundary, they might just leave. And you're left holding all of it, feeling like it was your fault. All right, let's move on to red flag number 2. And this is another one that society just loves to sell us. The idea that if there isn't constant drama, the relationship must be boring. We're almost taught to think that extreme highs and lows are just what you pay for true passion. And this is the story we tell ourselves, isn't it? That the bigger the fight, the deeper the love must be. And listen, I get it. That moment of reconciliation after a huge fight, it can feel so connecting. It's almost addictive. You feel like you've overcome something massive together. But here's what's actually going on inside your brain. It's a cycle called intermittent reinforcement. It's kind of like a slot machine. You never know when you're going to get the reward. And that unpredictability, the intense fight followed by that amazing makeup, gives your brain a chemical rush that it can easily mistake for deep, profound love. It's not passion, you guys. It's an addiction to instability. So how can you tell if you're on this roller coaster? Well, ask yourself. Does every single argument feel like it could be the end? Are you constantly putting out fires? And here's a big one. Does a peaceful, calm day actually make you feel a little unsettled or even bored? It's so interesting because that can mean your nervous system has just gotten used to the chaos. Real love, true love, should feel like a safe place to land, not a constant storm. Okay, so this next red flag is incredibly subtle, mostly because it's disguised as the ultimate relationship goal. You know, we're told that in true love, two people become one, but there's a really fine line between healthy intimacy and completely losing who you are. I mean, that sounds so romantic, right? It sounds like the absolute peak of being close to someone. But when I hear someone say that, a little alarm bell goes off for me, because it's often a sign that their own identity, their own unique wants and dreams have started to just dissolve. The term for this is emotional enmeshment. It's basically when the lines between two people get so blurry that you start feeling responsible for their happiness, and they feel responsible for yours. And what's wild is that this usually comes from a really deep fear of being abandoned. It's a strategy to keep someone close, but what it actually does is prevent real, authentic connection from ever forming. Here's a really simple way to think about it. In a healthy relationship, you can say, "I'm having a rough day," and your partner can hold space for you without having a rough day themselves. In an enmeshed relationship, your anxiety instantly becomes their anxiety. There's no separation. And that constant need for closeness, it's a huge sign that your sense of self is getting lost, and that almost always ends in resentment down the line. Okay, this next one is a really big one. It's the whole idea that jealousy is just proof of how much someone loves you. We have seen this story play out a million times, where possessive behavior gets reframed as being passionate or protective. Ah, the classic line. It's so powerful because it takes a really controlling emotion, jealousy, and it wraps it in this beautiful language of care. It makes you think that their anxiety is a reflection of your value, when what it's really about is their need to control the situation, and you.
And you see how it works, right? I just worry about you slowly turns into needing to know where you are at all times. I want to spend every single second with you becomes a reason why you shouldn't see your friends this weekend. It's this slow, quiet erosion of your freedom, all disguised as love.
And a lot of the time, it shows up in these super subtle ways. It's the little backhanded joke they make about you in front of your friends. Or the way a huge fight just happens to blow up right before you're supposed to go out for a night for yourself. Believe me, those are not accidents, they're patterns. And they're designed to keep your world small, with them at the center of it.
And that leads us perfectly into our fifth and final hidden red flag. And this one feels particularly important in the world we live in today. This is when a relationship becomes less about how it actually feels and more about how it looks to everybody else. Some people call this a showmance, and you know exactly the kind of relationship I'm talking about. The one you see on social media with the long gushing captions and the professionally shot photos. It looks absolutely perfect, but there's a part of you that wonders what's really going on when the camera's off. It's performing love instead of actually building it.
And the psychology here is really interesting. So often, this is a way to make up for a deep insecurity that's happening inside the relationship. It's this attempt to convince yourselves and everyone else, look, we're okay, we're happy. But when all your energy is going into keeping up that performance, there's just none left over for real, messy, authentic connection. So after going through all 5 of these, I know it can feel a little heavy, a little discouraging even. But listen, the point of this is never to make you cynical about love. Not at all. The whole point is to feel empowered, so you can choose a love story that is genuinely healthy and built to last. Let's talk about how to do that. First things first, practice pacing. Just remember that real lasting love is a slow burn. It needs time to breathe. Second, honor your boundaries and pay close attention to how someone reacts when you say no. Their reaction tells you everything you need to know. Third, and this is so important, trust your gut. That feeling is data. It's your wisdom talking to you. And finally, make the conscious choice for stability over intensity. A healthy relationship should give you energy, not drain it from you. And if you take anything away from our chat today, please let it be this. A truly healthy, loving partnership will never, ever ask you to become smaller. It won't ask you to disappear. It will celebrate you. It will ask you to show up fully and completely as the wonderful person you already are. If anything we talked about today really resonated with you, we would be so grateful if you'd subscribe and join our community here at the Connect Pod. We put out new insights every single week to help you build relationships where you don't just survive, but you actually thrive. Please be kind to yourself on this journey and never stop choosing the kind of love you truly deserve.